Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 90-day game plan. This is our check-in where we're right on 30, almost 30 days out of our 90 days. So for some people, a lot has happened in this first 30 days. For some people, nothing has happened in the first 30 days, and there's everything in between. And it's all good. Wherever you're at, whatever's going on, it's all good, it's all perfect. I commend you for being on here or watching the playback, because if we look at the numbers, and we're always in a business of numbers, this business isn't always easy. And when we come out of something like the 90-day game plan, and remember Anthony would say we're in that warm, bubbly spa, and it's fun and it's motivating, and we're surrounded by people on the same mission, and there's a lot of energy and motivation for us to tap into. When we get back out on our own, how do we keep that up? How do we keep that feeling up? And it's not always easy to do. So that's the really the intention of these calls, is to check in. You know, do the checkup from the neck up. How's my attitude going? How is my daily method of operation going? How is my attitude going? You know, if I know that I can be at a 10 and I can create amazing things when I'm at a 10, how's life when I'm at a 2? What kind of things am I creating when I'm at a 2? So I'm joined today by Christine, and I'm joined by Adam as well, and they're going to share their wisdom as well. And we just kind of talked last night on what do we really want to do to kind of help you guys last the distance, because here's what I know. This is not a sprint. Even though the 90 days can be a sprint, we are on a focused momentum right now, bursts of activity. You still need, you can hear my voice, we still need times of rest and gathering our thoughts and consciously looking at what's working, what can we improve, what am I prepared to do about it, and what do I need to let go of or just stop doing. So I think that's the framework for today. What's working, what's not yet working that we can improve on, you know, what's not working at all, what do you need to let go of. So that's kind of a good lens to look at your activity, your mindset, all of those things, the belief in the industry, the product, the company, the mission, all of that. If we look through that lens, where are we at and what are we actually doing about it? For instance, if you had an aha moment at the game plan and you realized that your industry belief was very low, much lower than you know where it needs to be to really be fearless and rock this. If you're at a 3, what have you been doing to build that belief to get it up to a 10? Because honestly, if this is really your option and you're massively tapped into your why, you should be working on that every day. I don't want to shoot on you, but that's what I would be doing. If this is number 1, how are you working on your industry belief? Are you starting to read more books? Have you downloaded MLM Nation, the podcast? Are you tapping into all the different team events that are out there? Are you asking other people their stories and their why? Okay, so what I want to kind of do is talk about how we keep our mindset up high on a daily basis. That's the part that I always love to talk about, our own personal belief and state. So I'm a good example of this today. I'm definitely coming off a very big 30 days. You can hear it in my voice. My family is feeling that way too. So I want to talk about how do you manage a lot of busyness, but where's the balance in it? First of all, I'll say balance schmelance. Just the day I gave up trying to find balance was the day I felt totally free and ready to be me. The second part is what you want to know with your family. I learned this from my friend Wendy Campbell, an amazing NMD in the USA. And she says, when your family understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, and that they're a part of it, and that there's a time for being busy and there's a time for absolute focused present family time, and they understand when those times are, it makes life a lot easier. And since taking that on years ago, that has helped me juggle around 3 young babies and a husband working away a lot. So what I've been able to do is really have the kids involved in these bursts of activity and have them rewarded at their level. Whatever is important to them in their love language or that is exciting for them, that's how we reward. So even now, we had to have a family meeting last week, and we talked about what if, when our family is just rocking and we are doing good behavior and we're doing our jobs without being nagged, and, you know, mummy's doing Juice Plus and daddy's doing positive real estate and we're doing all of these things, what if when we tick the boxes every week really high, they came up with this, and it's so cute. They came up with, can we have a party to celebrate? And then I asked them, what does the party look like? What do you do at the party? And they're like, well, you have to have balloons, you have to have streamers, and you have to have a cheers to everyone and what the celebration is about. And they just had this thing mapped out. So they're already asking me, when is that? So we're working towards that now, and it's great leverage, okay, because I get to they remind me and I remind them about, hey, this is what we're all working towards right now. Because usually once I'd reached NMD, I made a conscious decision that I was doing no more Saturday and Sunday events. And that was, you know, I stuck to that. On a day like today, they know that every now and then I will do something on a Saturday, and that's cool too. And they understand why, but they know that the norm is that it's Saturday and Sunday is family focused. They really understand and get that. Does it make sense? The other thing that my kids helped me understand very early on was the time they want me present the most, not half distracted on the phone, right? You know what I'm talking about? I did that for years. They want me 100% focused when they come home from school. That very intensive time when they're tired, they're hungry, they're thirsty, they want to tell me about their day, or they want to cry, or they just want to unload. That first hour being fully present. I have their snacks lined up. I have it all ready to go. And at the start of last year, I made the commitment to them that mummy's phone is in the drawer between 3 o'clock when I pick them up and 7:30 when they go to bed. Now, this made a huge difference in my family. Okay, now that they're all at school, I was able to do that. So you're all at different stages, and I've been there, done that. So if you need more help or guidance or tips on that, I'm here to help you. But stolen moments is where it's at. Make your time count. I can do 10 minutes here and there all over the day without being too disruptive. But I make those times count. Here's 2 questions I learned to ask myself early on all the time. Is this making me money right now? Is this duplicatable? Is this making money right now, this activity I'm doing? And is this duplicatable? Because they're the 2 ways that I get paid. And if I'm not getting paid, right, first of all, we know in the first few years in a business like this, until you get to a certain tipping point, this amazing tipping point, what you're doing is not necessarily the income is going to be reflected straight away. The income is 3 to 6 months away from what you're doing today. Keep that in mind. So what you're doing today is going to show up in 3 months in your paycheck. And this is one of the challenges that you've got to understand and say, whip it on. When you really, really understand this, I sound like Selma today. When you really understand that what you're doing today is not showing up tomorrow or next week or even next month, okay? This is sowing and reaping, guys. This is one of the magic secrets that if you're in here for the long distance, this is not a sprint and it's a marathon, understand this magic and understand it's the same magic that's going to pay you when you're not working. It's compound effect. It's leverage. This is how you leverage time, people, and effort. Better 1% effort of you with 100 others than 100% of your effort trading dollars for hours, never to be seen again. So every minute that you're investing into your business, you're building a business that can pay you a lifetime. Every minute that you're not doing Juice Plus, that you're doing the JOB, that dollar for hour is gone forever. That got leverage on me of making this more important than my JOB, because my JOB wasn't going to set me up for the rest of my life and pay me while I was at the beach and pay for my husband to stay home. You with me? So getting clear on that and knowing, just say whip it on. You get that part right now. And you're strong enough to not have everyone else around you have to understand that yet. I know that partners aren't always on board. They're not understanding you're spending all this time, but where's the money? Help them understand too. If they're open to it, They only have to read 3 pages of one book that is called The 4-Year Career. That, to me, is the book for men, because it literally is very pragmatic, it's very systematic, and it's numbers-based and rules-based. So it's the blueprint that explains in very simple terms how this model works and why it's so smart when you stick with it and you find a good company, a good product, a good team, and good leadership. Does that make sense? So there's my first 14, 15 minutes. I'm going to hand over to Adam. Where are you? Are you on here yet? Here he is.
I'm here.
Hey,
Hey.
Go for it.
How are you? What would you like? Maybe you could ask me a couple of questions. I can just crack on, or maybe guys, maybe just share some insight for the guys where people feel like they're really stuck and want to move forward.
That's great. You know, everyone wants to know, what's the secret sauce? Why does Adam's team just keep charging ahead? Right? What would you say are the 2 or 3 things that you're doing every week, like the last 30 days, to keep your team laser focused on what and how, and what the results have been, what you're seeing?
Yeah, I think, look, whether you came out of the 90-day game plan and you rocked it and just really took off, or if maybe, it's the end of January and kids go back to school and that sort of stuff happens too. So I think what's important at this time of the month, especially February when you talk about the 90-day game plan, I think this month is the month that sets up that your 90-day game plan really, it's that thing that took it to the next level. So, this month is the month of, reaching out even more. And you guys, when I suppose people do say, how are you rocking? How is this team moving so fast? I think when you really get that it's not about you, like it's good to have your goals and be focused on what you're achieving. But, our job is to really inspire people to dream bigger, to believe that they can do more. If to be able to read what's going on in your team and inspiring and really cast a vision for them, what could be possible for them in the next 90 days. The more people that you can help do well in this business, the better that you'll do. So, you guys hear me talk about really the SDVF factory, and I spoke to you guys on stage about it, is just how many people this month could you help get to SDVF? How many people this month could you help them get people to SDVF? And so that's the thing, that when you guys are embracing that culture of, hey, let's help you find 2 or 3 people that are looking for a better way, a way to create a second income, whatever that is, and that you're focused on that. Not like, I want to get to my goal and so I need to find people to qualify. I honestly don't think that works. I don't think trying to motivate people through this works. It's about inspiring and really showing them what's possible. And, you could ask any of my team, I often would, touch base them and say, hey, do you know what's possible this month? Do you know that you could get to SC? Do you know that you could qualify your business? Do you know that? And to do that, all we need to do is go and help 2 or 3 people do this. So who are those people that you want to help? Who do you want to reach out to? Who do you want to start a conversation with in the next 3 to 4 days to just start to see if they're looking for something? And, I would say to you guys, in the first 2 weeks coming out of the 90-day game plan, assess yourself, assess where you're at. Think about those 4 high-paying activities on a scale of 1 to 10. If you're going to look at, you guys probably hear me say this all the time, the number 1 activity in our business is talking to people. So, are you doing the 30-day grid? Are you filling that out? Are you playing safe with that? Are you sort of doing it, or you're committed and focused? So, how many people did you say that you're going to speak to each and every day? And rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in the last 2 weeks, how you've gone with that. Be honest with yourself. Don't say, I tried, but I didn't. Unfortunately, trying's not going to get you there if you're not really committing. You just got to do it. So commit to a number that you feel like is achievable and set yourself up for success. So if you said, I'm going to speak to 10 new people every day, and you haven't got anywhere near that, then just reassess and say, you know what, maybe 10's too ambitious. And you've got to be careful of what your word is, your intention. Like if your word isn't strong and you don't keep yourself to your word, then you're careful how you set yourself up. You know, sometimes people say shoot for the moon, you'll hit the stars. But if you're always putting it out there that I'm going to do so much and you're never actually doing it, then your word is not true to yourself. So I would just say, you know, reassess what your goals are, reassess. Maybe you could stretch yourself a little bit more. Maybe you need to get a little bit more time, like allocate your time better, and not just think that, you know, my Juice Plus time will happen when it happens. You know, many of us are going to a job and we're showing the respect of someone else and working on their dream, and we turn up to work every day and we stay there till we have to and all that. But what about your own respect, giving yourself the respect that you deserve and your family deserves to start working on your own dreams and what you want to create? So, you know, I would just say, you know, make sure that you're, you know, filling out the grid. You guys hear that stuff, but the thing is, it doesn't work if you don't do it. Are you sharing constant? Are you doing the posts? Are you sharing? Are you adding value to people's lives like you said you were going to after the 90-day game plan? And the things that you guys heard Olivia talk about how to use social media, and Katie talked about social media. You know, you're implementing that. You know, you're following up people, or you're doing all the hard work. You know, you're starting conversations, and you're doing posts, and people are commenting and messaging you, and then are you forgetting to do the stuff that's the easy part, which is following up, which is the stuff that is probably the less glamorous thing that we do. You know, you got to follow people up and keep the conversation, and some people can be annoying and all that. But if it's not about you, it's about helping people, then you want to follow up because you want to inspire and show them a better way and do that. And if they've shown an interest, they're a whole lot easier than someone who has never, ever responded to anything or never commented and doing that. And then the last one is events. You know, in the last 90 days, and probably you guys are the last people I need to speak to because you're on this call. But are you embracing events? Are you getting involved in events, whether it be a Zoom event or a live event? It's such the lifeblood of our business, guys. And, you know, I would say that if you're serious about making this a quantum leap in the next, you know, 90 days, or there's probably 75 now, you know, getting involved in events and maybe one of your goals is over the next 90 days that you could do the event all by yourself if you had to, or you can do sections of that. And that would be an awesome goal to tick off, because it's no surprise or no coincidence that the guys that are leading the way in these teams are the ones that are holding the pen, they're doing the event. And to be honest, guys, if you don't know how to do the event, and maybe you don't want to get up and talk in front of 20 or 30 people, but if you're catching up for a coffee with somebody to talk about what Juice Plus is all about, and you don't know the event, I'm fearful about what you're talking about, because our business is not explained any better than the event. So if you're catching up for a coffee and you're just kind of sharing the event in a coffee catch up, before they see anything else, it's so powerful. And it's definitely something that, you know, we teach our team. And I think it's that simplicity and duplication that makes, you know, any team fast moving. So just to kind of reiterate, I think, you know, right now, yes, be clear on your goals. Have clear goals. Work out what you want. How much money would you love to have land in your bank account in the next 28 days? Or, you know, I think it's the 5th now, so we've got 23 days left of this month. You know, what would you love to have? How many new customers? How many new team? How many team would you love to help get to SDVF? Have that number, and that will resonate or show up in your bank account. That's important. We're here to make money. I don't know anyone who doesn't want to make money in this business. And then once you're established what that can look like, and maybe you need to reach out to your upline. And, you know, I often find that is that people don't even know, like they haven't really got a figure that they've worked out. Like what will I be rewarded with this month financially? It's important that you guys know that, or you kind of just digging for, and you don't even know what you're digging for. You're just hoping money will turn up into your bank account. I don't know how to even create that. So maybe you need to reach out to your upline and say, hey, my goal for this month is to make $1,000, or my goal is to do this. So how would I make that happen? How many people would I have to promote to SDVF? How many new customers? Would I jump a club level, whatever that is? and then map it out. And then your job after you've got your goals is now go help people. You know, that's about the last of what you do, to concentrate on yourself. And then it's about go and help and inspire as many people and raise up your team and inspire them, and do the same with your team. You know, work out what their goals are and help them start to dream, and work out how to map that out for them, and then have them go and follow their DMO around what they want to create. So I think with focused energy, you know, maybe over the last 2 weeks, some of us, you know, haven't been totally focused. And I would say to you guys, could I do a lot more? Absolutely. We had a massive jump in our business. We had an all-time record, and I still feel like I let myself down. I could have done more. So I think we all can do that. So, you know, assess yourself and go for it.
Awesome. Hey, Adam, I know you've got to jump off for another call, of course.
That's okay. We've got 5 minutes.
Awesome. So maybe we'll do Q&A, and I'll just start with Bronwyn was on just earlier. We were chatting while we were waiting to get started, and I thought it was a really great question because I know that this helped change my business in the early day when I felt very lost on what to say and how to say it. Teaching our team verbiage. I know that we teach strong verbiage. You teach so well how to just be as cool as a cucumber, not vomit on people, just what we've got, be confident, all that kind of stuff. What's some verbiage around maybe even so following up after someone's had a look at something? I know a lot of people feel, oh, I don't want to be that person. Do I follow up, or do I do it again, or how many times, or will I be a pest? What have you found is the best way for people to focus on so they're not feeling awkward or pushy?
Yeah, to be honest, I think I'm always just, you know, if you're not following people up a day or two after you've sent a link to check out the event or something, then I think you guys are crazy, to be honest. I think you've got to get, you know, make the most of the moment while they're interested. Like, you guys got to remember that they came to you generally. Like they showed interest in what you're doing, and if you want to help people, you know, I think don't make it about you. Get yourself out of the way. And I think unless they say, piss off, leave me alone, I'm not interested, then you're making up the story that they're not interested. And be really careful of the stories that you make up, and worried what people will think. Because to be honest, guys, I really want to approach every single person about what we have, because I know how much it can impact people's lives. And you guys see whether you've seen your life change or you've seen other people's lives change through what this opportunity can give. You get that it's just about helping people. I would never hesitate to follow anyone up. If I was to give a tip, you know, the first time, like, hey, Linda, thanks. You know, did you get a chance to check out the event or the link that I sent you the other day? I'm keen to know what you love best. So I'm going to ask a provoking type of question that gets them keen to know what you like best, or keen to know what got your interest, something like that. If I don't hear from them a day later, hey Linda, not sure if you got my message yesterday. Just wanted to do the right thing and follow you up. I want to let you know that I didn't get into this to become one of those people and be annoying. But keen to know what got your interest, and that's it. So I think what happens, guys, and, you know, I think, you know, for me also, I'm always reminded sometimes when you catch yourself thinking, oh, they mustn't be interested. And I still have those thoughts, oh, they mustn't be interested, and I'll leave them alone. And I thought, no, I've just got to get myself out of the way, and I'll follow them up. And I can't tell you, when you ask that, like, you really share what your intention is about, hey, I'm not trying to hunt you down. Like, you seemed interested the other day, and I just want to do the right thing and follow you up. I don't want to become annoying. I can't tell you how many people go, oh my God, so sorry. You're definitely not being annoying. Thanks for staying with me. I appreciate it. Yes, I'm still really interested. I've just had a really busy week. I've been meaning to message you back, but I keep forgetting. You know, how many people have you not followed up because you made some crazy story because they didn't message you back that they mustn't be interested? I can let you guys know. If people aren't interested, they'll let you know. I'll let you know. They'll be like, thanks, but no thanks. And if they don't want to do that, then, mate, there's a part of them that's still interested. And if you guys are not spewing on people. You're just asking good questions, and you're recommending on the basis of what you've heard, and you're doing great posts that get people interested. Then you're the one that created the interest. They came to you, they mentioned that they're looking for something, and you're just helping them. And sometimes, even with the fitness industry also, when people come to see me about like losing weight, it's my job to help them through their bullshit that holds them back. So if it's about money, then it's my job to help them overcome whatever that barrier is. If it's about money right now, the line that I teach our team is, if people are like, I'm not sure if I can afford it, that's okay. If we could find a way to make this affordable, if I could show you a way how you could do this business where you could make it affordable and you could get your money back really quickly, would that become something that would be, of interest to you? It's asking those questions. If we could overcome that objection, would you be open to have a look at this? Of course. Right? So when you ask that question, then you have permission to extend the conversation, and it's so powerful, guys. If we could find a way, people say, I don't have time. If we could find a way how you could do this in stolen moments, and you could start to create what you're looking for from this, that what got you interested in the beginning, would you be interested to at least have a look? Would you be interested that I could show you a way? I remember Linda, when I decided to start this, she said, give me 60 days. I know you're busy. I know you got lots going on, but why would you do something like this? And if you just give me 60 days and I'll show you in stolen moments. And, she was right. I was wrong. It is that stolen moment. So we all have fears, and you guys have got to recognize that we all have fears before we got started. You had fears of something. So it's our job is to help people overcome that procrastination. People procrastinate so much. And what I know is this, is if you help them overcome their objections and they find and they get what they're looking for this, they'll be forever grateful in their life that you stuck with them, you believed in them, and you inspired them that they can do this. And that's where the tears come from. Oh my God, I know I wasn't going to do this and you stayed with me. I'm so grateful. So don't make it about you. Make it about helping people. I think that's the biggest thing about following up, guys, is that we make it about us. And when you start making this business about you, and you get yourself in the way, you're dead. You really are.
That's so awesome. I've taken to so many. You've wrapped a really beautiful bow around so much there, Adam. We can't be scaredy cats. We have to put on that brave face of solid in our belief of this could really help you, and I'm going to be brave enough and enough on my why and enough on my mission. My certainty is more than your uncertainty. And it's like putting the coat on, guys. You've got to, I've got my Dream Keeper necklace on today to get into state for this, because you can hear I'm losing my voice, but today's not about me. This is about you guys showing up. How do we pour into others more than ourselves? And Adam's so right. When you're starting out, it's so challenging to think about others, to get out of you and your head and your fast track and what will people think, and I don't want to let anyone down, and there's all of that going around in your head. Just forget the head, you're dead. Adam said it. Just get into here. Why am I here? I'm here to care enough about others to say what if. And he just said it so beautifully. If I can show you a way, I say, if this is, hey, I thought of you, if Juice Plus is still on the radar, there's this coming up. That's another verbiage that helps me. If this is still on the radar, I can't tell you how many times that's helped me, because remember, not everyone's ready right now. Not everyone is ready to make a change in their health or a change in their lifestyle. So we're just looking from the line from here to infinity of the ones who say, yes, I'm ready to start looking, or I'm ready to change. And it's got nothing to do with us, what state of readiness they're in. But when we can be brave and not let our discomfort get in the way of our mission, as Jeff would say, don't let the comfort get in the way of the mission, and make it not about you. People will feel that intention. It's so different to someone being pushy and after their fast track compared to, I just felt prompted to reach out to you. Like you shared at the start of the call, Bronwyn, You made her cry because you said, you know what, I just feel like I'm prompted. I just feel like this could be something that would really help you. And she just collapsed crying because she felt you. It wasn't about the perfect words. It was a feeling and an intention. So well done, Adam. That's awesome. I'm so excited we're recording this because I know so many people are going to get so much out of that. Thanks, buddy. Rock on. I know you've got a huge day there today, Perth. So well done. And if you've got to go, please feel free. And now I'm going to hand over to Drummo, who was teaching us the power of the Golden Nuggets book. So who's got their Golden Nuggets book? Get ready. I'm sure she's about to fire off some more. Where are you, Drummo? Can you come off mute?
Yep, here I am.
Ah, there you are.
I'm just sitting in St Kilda, so there might be a bit of background noise as
St
the
Kilda,
trams
Melbourne.
go past.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Adam and Linda have both said today. And so I'm going to take a little bit of a different angle and what are the activities that are really making a difference that I can see that's, having some success in our team and the other teams that I've been watching as well. So number one, you have to do a launch post or a relaunch post. That's so vital, guys, because if you just start putting things about Juice Plus on Facebook and you haven't told anyone that this is your new business venture or the next chapter in your life or your part-time gig, then people are going to think, oh my goodness, what is Christine on about? What is this stuff that she's doing? So a guy in our team, Daniel, did a really awesome launch post where he had all the products in his mouth and in his hands, and he was really excited about it. He had in big capital letters, my new business venture, and then he had a little bit about it in a blurb. Thank you. And and he got lots of comments and it created that intrigue, that interest. So, you could be someone that's been in the business for a while, but why not do a relaunch post? Let people know that you're relaunching your business. You're excited that it's a new year and you want to, achieve your goals or your vision or whatever it is. Number two is consistency. And we heard at the 90-day game plan a lot about social media and being consistent on there. I think it was Katie that spoke about doing the 3x3x3, like 9 posts a day. That's pretty intense, but you have to be doing at least 3 posts a day. And that could be, it could be a testimonial post, it could be a lifestyle post, it could just be you enjoying time with the kids or, inspirational quote or something like that, selfies at an event, so people are getting that FOMO. But you have to be consistent with it, guys. And the reason we say a minimum of 3 posts a day is because only 30% of your Facebook friends actually see what you're posting. And that brings me to another point, which is don't just be friends with all these Juice Plus people. Okay, it's the non-Juice Plus people that we need to see our posts, not a whole heap of Juice Plus people. So don't feel like you have to be everybody's friend in Juice Plus, because if you have a lot of Juice Plus friends, then the 30% of people that are seeing your posts are just Juice Plus people. Okay, so it's the non-juicy crew that we want to get in front of. And another way that you can increase your audience on social media is to actually go into people's Facebook pages and like and comment on some of their posts as well, and then you'll automatically start showing up in their notification feeds. Also, adding people to your Facebook friends every day is having a huge impact on our team. I've got our team doing about 5 each day, and when people accept your friend request, and I don't mean go on and send a friend request to someone that you've never met before, that's not what we do at all. It just might be people from the past. So you might jump on, if I was friends with Linda, I'd jump on her Facebook page and I'd go through her friends and I'd go, hey, she's friends with Jackie. Oh my God, I met Jackie years ago. I'd love to check in with her and see what's going on in her life. So that's a really great way to increase your audience as well. And then when they accept your friend request, don't just leave it like that. Actually say hello. Say thanks for reconnecting with me. Your name just popped up on Facebook. I know it's been years. Just thought I'd say g'day. Like, fill me in. What's been going on in your life? There's nothing about Juice Plus at all. They might jump on your Facebook page and say, oh my goodness, Christine, like you've been traveling around. Looks like you're having the time of your life. What are you doing? And then that gives you permission to say a little bit, but then you ask them another question afterwards. So you're not verbally diarrheaing on there. The other thing that's really working is living the mission. Making sure that you're a product of the product. I know when I first started this business, I was only on the red and green capsules, and I still have customers from 3.5 years ago that are only on the red and green capsules. So I've got new team coming in now that are on the T120, and they don't know any different. So all their customers are getting on the T120. And if you don't know what the T120 is, whatever transformation program you're running, it's just basically the capsules with the 120 shakes. And not only is that going to get the customer better results and longer lasting results, but it's also going to help you with your, your PVC points and also your retail profit and everything like that. So you're going to be in a more positive cash flow position as well. The other thing that people keep commenting on, and not just in our team, but other teams, is there's so many people that have joined the 5 a.m. club. They're loving it. They're getting so much self-development done in the morning. They're getting clearer minds. People are saying how much more productive they are, and they can't believe by the time it gets around to 8:30, 9 o'clock, they've been up for 4 hours and they've got so much work done, and the day sort of for everybody else is just beginning. So, that 5 a.m. club, if you haven't tried it, I know a few people have been doing it on and off, but yeah, it's something that is easy to do. You can stick to it. And then, of course, you have to be in bed sort of early as well, because people say to me, "Oh, Christine, you must go to bed early." I sort of get off the computer at 9:30 at the latest, and I start winding down for bed from there. So I might get to sleep by about 10:30 at the latest, but off the computer by 9:30, so that I can get up and be fresh for that 5 a.m. club. As Adam said before, events, guys, are so important. Like, I was devastated when I went to Linda's, not this Thursday, last Thursday, and I was the only person from my team at that event, and we have about 30 Gold Coast team members on our team. And to think that the rest of my team outside of the Gold Coast I know they would be at that event every week. It's so important. It helps fill up that Juice Plus tank that we always talk about. It's about, even if you've got no one to bring, and that was me for so long when I followed Linda around, I was her shadow, I just kept turning up, because you pick up the verbiage, you pick up the terminology, you build relationships, you meet new people, and it's just fun and inspiring. So, you have to be going to at least one live event a week, and then plugging into your Zoom ones as well. And if there's no live events in your area, then put one on. A few people in my team have also consistently been turning up at a gym every week. So, on a Monday between, 8:30 and 10:30, they might turn up to this gym with just a little table set up with the Juice Plus products. And what that does, people are expecting you to be there every week. So they come back with their questions. Then they go away. They do their own research, and they come back the next week, and they can ask more questions. So we're building up rapport with these people that are already into health, that are already looking for positive changes. And that's been really, really successful in our team. Just having that consistent day every single week and time slot where we just have a table at a gym, and you might do a daycare centre or whatever it is for you. And then the last thing is, talking to people. So if you're not talking to people, if you're hiding behind the computer like I did for 18 months in my business, then you don't really have a business. You should be talking to at least 1 to 5 people every single day. And as Jeff Roberti says, there's only 5 parts of this business. 1 is sharing the products. 2, sharing the business. 3, building relationships. 4 is events, and 5 is self-development. If you are doing anything, it needs to be one of those 5 things. Otherwise, don't do it. And you heard Linda speak about this before. Is this activity making me money, and is it duplicatable? And that's so important to ask yourselves, because if it's not, then don't do it. A lot of us get so caught up on all the background stuff and reinventing the wheel, which we don't have to do. It's all there for us. So as Adam said, use your grid, guys. Like Celine, she introduced the grid to this team, and it's been amazing. It's such a tangible thing that we can look at every day, and it makes follow-up so much easier. So a few things that aren't working that I've noticed as well is, and Linda touched on this, is not involving your family, not involving your partner, and just going nuts with Juice Plus and being on that phone 24/7. You can't do that, guys. You've got to have a day off. You've got to, refresh, take some time out, and be present. Be present for your kids. Be present for your partner, because they have needs as well. And, I got a reality check on this a couple of weeks ago when Tom called me out on it, and said I've been putting him on the back bench. So it really made me think, well, where are my priorities? That's, at the end of the day, you know, what's the most important? It's your family. So, you know, when I'm getting Summer ready for school in the morning, I don't even touch my phone. You know, it's put away until I've dropped her to daycare, and then I can start getting into work, you know, about 9:30. So don't feel like you need to be there for everyone 24/7. You don't. And if your team are contacting you and you can't get back to them straight away, they will figure it out. They'll go to somebody else. And that's quite good for them as well. So, yeah, so I think that's probably about it. Oh, the last thing too, Linda, that I wanted to touch on, was language. You know, I've been talking to a few people this week, and their language is really bad. Like, they go, oh, Christine, I'm struggling with this. This is really hard. You know, if you keep telling yourself that, guys, if that's the language that you're using, you're going to get more of that. It's going to be harder, and you're going to be struggling even more. So watch your language, catch your tongue, flip it into a positive, and do your positive affirmations every day. I now easily attract how many team members every day, every week. I now easily attract. You know, tell yourself that it's easy, and watch the floodgates open. Watch people come into your life that you never thought would. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on. Thanks, Linda.
I love it. Thanks, gorgeous. Enjoy sunny Melbourne.
Thank you.
There's so much to wrap up here, and I've got 1 minute because I'm going to stick on time. I wanted to add in there vision boards. We're talking about daily triggers, daily things that help us feel on track. These are tools that are powerful, guys. We know that they work. Christine touched on your I am statements, your mantras that you're focusing on, language. You know, when you coach with me, I'll give you the flick that there's no try, there's no struggle. There's, hey, I'm challenged with this, and I'm excited to smash through that. What do I need to learn about this? What do I don't know yet? Switching that language is so, so important. Such a good point, Christine. The other thing is sometimes you need the event. Sometimes the event needs you. This is really, really important. Danny Martin taught me that, and I use that a lot. That on the day that you really need the event and you've got your 4 people that have finally said yes and they're turning up, and not enough energy and excitement and great, you know, stories are there on that day, how are you going to feel? You're always going to get out what you put in. If you're putting nothing into the event and you're a spectator and you're taking from the event, that's the kind of experience that you're going to have. Does that make sense? So at events, I just want to let people know here, at events, you're present. You're not on the phone. You're not like, yeah, I know all of this before. I've heard it all before. You are present and you are engaged and you are listening with an open heart and an open mind for whoever is here sharing in front of you. Act as if this is the best event you've ever been to and show up. That counts for online and in the lounge room. Does that make sense? The other thing is with social media, I'm really learning this, that if I'm posting 3 or 4 times a day, I've got people liking things from 4 days ago. And I've done 6 posts since. So it's really shown me that I'm posting more and I'm doing the nice mix that really only a small section of people are seeing as I post. So it's a really good experiment to do what Christine is saying. You know, Facebook is one big algorithm. So of course we can't see what 2,500 friends are posting. It's not possible. So we get slices from people. So consistency in posting, we know it works. We hear story after story. One of the first things I ask people is, how did you come to know about Juice Plus? You know, how did you come to the event tonight? Oh, I connected with, you know, Danelle on Facebook. So it is such a powerful tool. We know that. So, you know, keep that consistency as the key. So we've covered so much today. I hope this has given you a little bit more rocket fuel, a little bit of a top up, something to look internally at, something to go and share with the team. I'll stop recording and